Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM and broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games. With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes, Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEV Games AU.
My name is Evie, and I'm here with
Maylee.
Maylee! Welcome! It's your first night on Zed Games.
Yes, yeah.
Don't be afraid to get your face right up in that microphone, by the way.
It's scary. It's intimidating.
Yeah, put your face in there, because everyone loves the smell of Glen 20.
I'm sure I will learn to love it.
You will. It used to be worse. It used to be a Glen 20 and sweat sort of smell. But since COVID, people really cleaning things quite nicely and thoroughly in a way that things smell just of Glen 20 now. So it's good. Anyway, how you been?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm excited to be here.
How you feeling on the show? You nervous?
I am a bit nervous. More than I thought I'd be.
Oh, look, there's no one in here. No one knows we're here. We're not actually on air at all.
Is this all pretend?
Yeah, it's all pretend. No, I'm kidding. It's not pretend. Don't swear. Yeah, no. We'll just we'll pretend that it's not live, if that makes you feel more comfortable. Well, tonight we'll be getting to know Maylee a bit better.
All of my secrets. Yeah,
I'm gonna get all your gaming secrets out. I want to know what you play, why you like playing it, everything. So we're gonna find out tonight more about Maylee. An awesome new addition to the show. I'm very excited. But before we do any of those things, there is obviously the news. The news is a pinnacle part of the show because it's, I don't know how many places report on the gaming news.
It's important.
That is on community radio anyway. So we like to report on that as non-biased as possible. So yeah, we'll have the news tonight. At the end of the show, there will be a special moment for Maylee because she will actually be giving her very first review of a game.
Yeah.
What?
One of my favorite games, too.
Oh, see? That'll make it so much easier as a first review because if you love it so much...
I have a lot to say.
Yes, exactly. And then you'll get comfortable with the weird sound of your voice echoing slightly delayed in your ears with the headphones.
It's soothing.
Yeah. I mean... If you like the sound of your own voice, it works fine. I used to think I sounded quite refined until I heard my voice back and realized that I sound more like a pubescent teenage boy. But not when there's another male voice like around me. Like if there's another male voice in the studio, I sound much more feminine. Which It's interesting, contrasting of tones and whatever. Look, that's not related to anything. Look, let's just listen to the news. Oh, where's the button? Okay, let's do it. This week in gaming news, Mixer shuts down and fuses with Facebook Gaming. As of July 22nd, Microsoft's streaming platform Mixer will be closing and intends to move existing partners over to Facebook Gaming. This shock announcement means that anyone partnered with Mixer or who streams on Mixer will be transitioned to Facebook Gaming, which starts on the 23rd of June. Phil Spence, the head of Microsoft's gaming, said in an interview with The Verge, "I think the Mixer community is really going to benefit from the broad audience that Facebook has through their properties, and the abilities to reach gamers in a very seamless way through the social platform Facebook has. All this is designed to compete with Twitch, of course. By combining the audiences of Mixer and Facebook Gaming, they might stand a chance against the streaming giant. For anyone who currently has outstanding Ember balances, channel subscription, or Mixer Pro subs, you'll receive Xbox gift card credits. The biggest news, of course, is what do big names like Shroud and Ninja do since being paid to move to the big Mixer platform? It is rumoured that they'll be able to return to Twitch if they so choose. But let's wait and see what happens. Kowloon Knights, a global video game investment fund, has launched a $2 million fund for Black creators. This fund is called the Fairchild Initiative and will support creators and studios that work with PC and console projects. Kendall Davis, an advisor for Kowloon, said in a statement, Kowloon Night was founded on the idea of empowering creators to create memorable games and stories, and the Fairchild Initiative carries that same ethos. I am proud to lead this initiative with a focus on empathy, infrastructure, and mentorship. Any development studio that is majority owned by Black creators who are looking to apply for the grant or seeking further information can head over to the Zed Games Facebook page for the link at Zed Games AU. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed yet again. Cyberpunk 2077 has been moved to November 19th. In a statement released from CD Projekt Red saying, "Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by, even when we know we'll have to take the heat for it." They go on to say, "Our intention is to make Cyberpunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did that." In lighter news, Cyberpunk 2077 will be getting a comic book adaptation called Trauma Team. The series will be published by Dark Horse Comics and is set to release on the 9th of September this year. The comic is said to follow the story of Nadia, an emergency medical technician from Trauma Team International, and the sole survivor of a failed rescue mission. She then agrees to continue work on a new mission and finds herself and her team in an even more dangerous situation. That's all this week in gaming news.
Interesting week in news. So, the biggest thing there, obviously, being Mixer shutting down and fusing with Facebook gaming. Maylee, what do you think about that?
I was not aware that Facebook gaming was a thing.
Yeah, neither.
So that was the most shocking part of this development.
I mean, look, we're supposed to do quite a bit of research in terms of games on this show. I'm putting air quotations for anyone wondering. I'm supposed to do a lot of research for this show in terms of knowing what's happening in the games industry. And obviously there's a lot happening. It's hard to keep up. I didn't know much about Facebook gaming, but it makes sense that they would tap into that market given that they've got stories now, and their stories are like a thing on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
That are trending more than any other part of Facebook. So like people engage with stories more than anything else. So it would make sense they'd tap into like, oh, gaming. There's a hell of a lot of money and viewership there. And Mixer was not doing well. Like, they were definitely not doing well. To give you a little bit of actually backstory on Mixer, because I've been watching the rivalry between Twitch and Mixer from sort of the beginning of Mixer, which is like 2 years. I think that Mixer's not even been around very long in general. But Mixer was designed and put forward as a streaming platform by Microsoft as a way to compete with Twitch. And Twitch is owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
And obviously Mixer wanted to have some big streamers to get that attention, right? So they bought Ninja and Shroud, who are two of probably one of the largest streamers you could possibly ask for from Twitch at the time. And there's also what's his name, Gothalion? I can't remember.
These are names that I have heard of, and that means they must be very big.
Yeah, even if you're like, I have no idea what they play, what they're about, but I know who Ninja is in essence. Like, I know that he is a streamer, and I know Shroud is also a streamer. I could go in on length about both of them, but I won't. Essentially, Mixer bought both of them out for God knows how many millions. And Shroud was very happy to announce his move, and probably financially really served him, so he was quite happy with that. Now, Mixer's like, okay, we're still not competing with Twitch. Twitch is surpassing us. And I think part of that is, I don't know how much Twitch you watch, but there's not just gaming there anymore, hey?
Yeah, I don't watch that much Twitch, but the majority of what I do watch isn't even gaming.
Oh, really? What do you watch on Twitch?
I watch like just people talking.
That's fair.
I was on Twitch earlier today, watching a game, but the second most popular category at that time was just chatting. So it's not even people playing games.
Yeah. So there's chilling, there's hangouts, there's I'm pretty sure there's like a craft section.
There's Dungeons and Dragons.
Tabletop stuff. Politicians have Twitch channels now.
I have not seen
legit.
that.
Yeah, look that up. You'll find some strange stuff. But Twitch isn't just like Twitch gaming. It's twitch.tv for a reason, because it's basically an online television service now. So anyway, Mixer's competing with that, with Twitch, and then Mixer's like not keeping up with this giant. So now they're going to fuse with Facebook, and that makes sense. I think that's a very strategic move. Whether it pays off.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put my money on Facebook gaming against Twitch either, but
Yeah, well, what it really is Facebook versus Amazon now. Really. Facebook and Microsoft team up, and now they're going to fight.
they might have a
challenge. We'll see. I don't know. It's fun to watch. I'm excited. I'm just happy to watch the feud. In other news, though, are you hyped for Cyberpunk 2077?
I am so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
You because they've actually also announced, which I didn't mention in the news, they also announced that it will be backwards compatible with PS4. So if you purchase Cyberpunk 2077, for anyone listening, for PlayStation, for PS4, you can actually use that exact same Blu-ray disc in your PlayStation 5 when you buy it, and it will run. So it will work both ways. That's their plan, and it's coming out November 19th now. So they've pushed it another couple of weeks and a couple of months. Sorry. What did you think of them pushing it?
I mean, it's disappointing because I want the game, but I think it really says a lot. It makes me more excited for the game because they clearly care about it.
Yes.
That they're willing to be like, hey, it's not ready, and push it back even further just because they want it to be good is a rare thing lately.
I think the way that the statement read as well shows that they really care about what they're creating, and that they're willing, like they say, we're willing to take the heat for this, for people being upset, but we don't care because this is something that essentially we want it to last a long time. We want it to last years and years. And if 2 months means the quality of something lasting years longer, then so be it. And I think that's fair enough. And as someone who's worked on making games before, I know that like if a deadline's coming up and things aren't done, like a game is never complete. From a game design perspective, you could always endlessly just fix and edit and improve, and it would never end. So deadlines are important, but also realizing the true potential of something that needs to be maybe compromised in time. So yeah, I'm sad, but I respect their decision. So.
And it will be closer to Christmas time, and so more people will probably be able to get that.
Mom!
Yeah, it's a lot of money for me, but it's my birthday and Christmas time.
I see.
Works well.
See, for me, I was like, my birthday is September 4th, and it was going to come out on September 4th or around then. So I was going to be like, yo, everybody want to pitch in? That was my plan. But now it's November. I've
stolen that from you.
Yeah, well, it's still close enough to Christmas. So I guess I'll just put it in my Christmas wish list instead. I'll write a letter to Santa. I'll get ready for that. Let's get to know you a little bit better. So I obviously put an application looking for new hosts, and came across lots of people, and I selected you. Why do you think... No, I'm kidding. Why did I select you? No. Let's go with, how did you come across the application?
I actually had someone send it to me saying that I would be a good fit because I like both radio and video games.
See, like that's a unique passion to be happen to be radio and games. With their powers combined, you have Zed Games. So what's your history with radio, and what are you interested in that way?
I went to university to study film, and the course that I did was a film, television, and radio course. I didn't really go in with that much interest in radio, but just from doing the classes, I slowly pivoted to a radio focus.
Yeah.
I just love working with sound. Talking with sound on radio is really great because you can engage with people, engage with the community, and then I love sound because you can make amazing worlds just with your ears, without the eyes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're like, without your eyes. I understand, like, the passion for sound, because, I mean, Rani, who's on the show with us, she's a singer, songwriter, artist, loves music, loves gaming music too. So I'm excited at some point to have you both in studio talking about all things gaming music. I'm sure you'd love that.
That does sound good.
Yeah. And so the progression to radio, really enjoying sound, obviously, and you have a really nice voice, which was a good selling point. You're just like, yes. That's obviously an important thing, is to have a nice radio voice. Unlike my young child voice. How did I get so far in life? We'll never know. But yeah, so, and then games. How's that all tie in for you?
Games have always been a thing. Way back to playing Neopets.
Oh yeah.
I was really big into RuneScape before I was like 10. That was big for me. I don't know. I just always have been playing video games.
And you're quite drawn to them too, because your sister, so you were saying to me when we first met up, that your sister sort of got you into games a bit as well. Is that?
Yeah. I would always be the second player on like Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
It was good fun. And I was terrible. I would always die, but it was delightful.
So relatable.
Yeah.
It's like my story with when I grew up. I played with a lot of boys, and it wasn't like a very in quotations girls thing to do, was to play video games growing up. And most of my friends in primary school were boys, and I'd go to their house and they'd have PlayStations, and I'd play Ratchet and Clank, and I was terrible. terrible, but I still really loved it. And that's always sort of stuck with me, I think. Even though I lost touch with games for many years there, it's still, I have very fond memories of them. So that's really lovely that your sister sort of introduced you to all that at a young age. Kudos to her, because look at where you are now. You get to talk about games. Yeah, okay. Maylee's doing like a gangster sort of.
That was just for you.
Oh, that was just for me.
Oh, well,
I'm telling you, I want the listeners to know how gangster you are.
I'm very gangster.
Yeah, okay. So you love radio, you love games. Tell me, what's some of the games that you really like to play?
Currently, I have been playing a lot of Don't Starve Together, which is somewhat popular, but in like niche circles. It's very good, like a survival resource management style game.
Interesting.
Where I die a lot.
Okay.
So much. But that's my most played Steam game. Too many hours on that.
How many hours?
I think we're talking 500 and something now.
Oh, okay, getting right up there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's made by Clay.
Okay.
Clay Entertainment. They made Grifflands, which is just coming out. I don't know if you've...
I clearly know so much.
They're a small studio, but they're very good. And yesterday I played Valorant for the first time.
You did?
I've been starting.
How was it?
I'm not bad at it, which is crazy. I'm not good at FPS games.
I can relate to you so much.
I was playing this morning and I got a positive KDA. It was
what?
The proudest moment of my life.
Okay, I think you're officially my spirit animal. When I actually started, I realized I was good at FPS moment. It's a long one there. Was when I started playing Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, it's not heavily orientated on aim so much, but more about abilities, and that's why I was drawn to Valorant, because there's that. Not just aim, but there is abilities, timing, patience involved. It's a fusion of that Overwatch experience and CS:GO, Counter-Strike. So I'm really happy to hear that you had a positive play experience, because it can be a hit and miss, literally.
That's awful.
You'll get used to my puns on this show. Rani and Caitlin give me a little flack for it, so don't stress. But actually, something that Paul mentioned last week on the show was he was hesitant about Valorant because it's hard to know what the community is going to be like.
Did you have a lot of online, like, voice chat interaction, or?
They've actually been really good for the interactions. I've only played like 5 or so games so far because they're quite long.
But that's still, what, 5 hours?
Yeah.
6 hours? Yeah, because they're about 40 minutes to an hour games.
I played a few last night and a few this morning.
Okay.
Because I was
That's
really
good.
excited. Yeah, and I have played a lot of League of Legends years ago. I haven't in years, but because of that, I was particularly hesitant to play Valorant, being another Riot game, on voice chat. But everyone was really nice. Like, I've had some games I didn't do so great, and people just were giving me tips that I may have seemed very silly because I've not played CSGO games like that. Didn't know what was going on, but they just told me how to improve.
Oh, that's actually... I'm honestly surprised because I heard quite a different story from... well, there's just some articles that I read, like, in terms of sexism and so on from the beta of Valorant.
I haven't been talking on my mic, which might be skewing that.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've... Playing online with a non-man's voice
Yeah.
is invites a lot of different attention, good and bad.
I've experienced that with Overwatch.
Yeah. Yes, Overwatch is very much like that. I actually get asked on Overwatch if I'm like, are you a girl or a teenage boy? I get that a lot.
I've gotten that.
And I'd be like, does it matter to you? Like, why do you need to know that? And then I just leave voice channel. But the community can be different, obviously, because people have a freak out. Oh my god, it's a girl. Yeah, wow. Who would have thought that? Didn't know they existed. But I'm glad that you had a positive, like, actual play experience and that people were, you know, giving you tips in a helpful, constructive
might have just
way.
gotten lucky.
That's true. But 5 seems like a pretty good test run. Surely by after 5 games, someone would have sworn at you at least once. That's how I feel.
And it was like, I didn't know that jumping while I was shooting was going to screw me up as much as it was.
Yeah.
I was that bad.
See, I've played the training, I've gone through the training and the tutorial part. And I've just been like moving around getting a feel for how some of the guns feel and like the general movement. And your aim and accuracy is better when you're completely still. So don't move, don't strafe and shoot sort of stuff. And I noticed that greatly differs, which is why when I watch people like Shroud, he will just completely stop and aim as quick as possible. Like he's sort of like stop, shoot, real instantaneous.
I'm not good at that.
But he played CSGO champion. He was a pro player for CSGO. So obviously my chances of reaching Shroud level of awesome is quite far off.
I suggest I've found a lot of success with the shotgun because it doesn't need so much aim.
Right. And
Just
it's close quarters. You swing the
bam.
corner. Bang. Yeah. There you go. Maylee playing Valorant, kicking some butt.
With a shotgun.
With a shotgun. You'd look good with a shotgun.
Oh, I really want a shotgun.
All right, we'll talk
But
about that later.
I'm not going to get a shotgun.
I mean more like, I was thinking more like a cosplay, like if you dressed up as like Jet or something.
I will take
like,
a fake prop shotgun.
Yeah, see?
I'll be happy with that.
Then you look badass. That's what we want. We want badass. Anyway, we'll stop chatting about Valorant. I do actually, I have one more question for you. How are you finding tabletop games? Because I know that you play, like, that was a big part of why I wanted you on the show, is because I thought, oh, cool, Maylee likes tabletop games, and I'd love to get more invested into some more physical space games instead of just online playing or console PC playing. Digital games, that's what I'm going for. So how you feel about tabletop games?
I love them. I've been getting more opportunity to play since the quarantine has sort of been affecting everyone. My in-person games have sort of been cancelled, but my online games have become more frequent, which is really nice, and kept me sane for those few really bad weeks.
So strange, don't you think, how... Which is this is slightly bit of a tangent, but relevant. Interesting how, like, during isolation, people be like, oh, video games saving us mentally, our mental health so much better because we have our virtual space to interact with people and connect with people. But before COVID, it was all, it's addictive, it's bad on your mental health, creates violent kids, la 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 la, as like a stigma. And then all of a sudden it became our saving grace.
I feel like everyone's going to forget about that. Go back to hating video games.
Yeah, conveniently. It'll be just like doll bludgers. It'll go straight back to that too.
Yeah.
Off topic, but anywho. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to play some more tabletop games. We do have a Zed Games D&D night coming up next weekend.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm excited. It'll be my first time playing D&D. So.
Do you know who you're playing yet?
No, I'm gonna talk to Zara. I'm gonna have like a bit of a discussion about how to sort of get the maximum results out of my stats and figure out what kind of character I want to be.
Yeah.
I'd really like to be some kind of dragon, but I don't know. There's a lot of room for creativity and space there. So if I make a decision, I might regret it. So I'm gonna, I don't know. It's tricky. It's really
when
hard.
You have too much choice.
Yeah.
Freeze up.
I don't know. It could be a shapeshifter, and then I could just
be whatever you want.
Yeah, and then I could just that could work. Yeah, actually, that could work. Anyway, we'll keep that. I'll keep you updated on what I decide to do for D&D. Maylee, I think you have a review for us now.
I think you might be right.
Give me the sultry look. Like, yes, that's right. Here we go.
Wandersong.
Wandersong. Go for it. It's all yours.
Wandersong is a game made in 2018, and in this world, the goddess Ea has grown bored and is planning to end the world and start anew. There's only one chance to stop it, a brave hero foretold by legend. Sadly though, you're not that hero. In Wandersong, you play as a bard that I named Lute, who wants to save the world whether it believes in him or not. You might not have a big sword, but you've got passion and a song to share. Accompanied by the ever-pessimistic witch Miriam, you travel the world to find the pieces of a mysterious earth song. The game is split into 7 acts, each in a unique location for you to explore, with new mechanics to use and new faces to meet. The world of Wandersong is beautifully vibrant, crafted with bold colours and a cute 2D style that feels like it's been plucked from a storybook. The world reacts to your presence, and more importantly to your music, which makes it feel incredibly alive. Flowers, leaves, and animals all dance along beside you. Unfortunately, the character sprites aren't properly sized and have some jagged edges if you're playing on a large screen, but for the most part, it isn't a problem. Beneath Wandersong's cheery aesthetic and whimsical concept, deeper themes of self-worth, self-identity, and destiny run through. It is a game about fighting when there's no chance to win, of being hopeful even when there is no hope. It's one of my favorite games ever, and I think that I got a bit stumbled on my words there, sorry.
It's all good.
I just get really excited when I'm talking about Wandersong.
It's so beautiful what you're saying. I'm really captivated by you. I want to play Wandersong now.
You should. Have you not played Wandersong?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I feel the judgment.
Good. Each part of this world has a distinct theme and a different musical mechanic to explore it with. You'll be channeling ghosts one day and steering a ship with a song the next. Discovering new abilities feels like a natural progression of the character and story, rather than just unlocking something new. Through this, and a steady incline in complexity, it's able to keep things interesting throughout. Most of the game follows the structure of travel somewhere new, explore and meet people, solve the problems with music, and learn another part of the Earth Song. It keeps things fresh with a diverse cast of characters, a sprinkle of humour, and a lot of puzzles. The most important thing you have in Wandersong is your voice wheel. It's a colourful, segmented wheel. Each bit translates to a different note, and you can do it whenever you want. So as you're walking through, you can sing to yourself or use it to solve puzzles. Sometimes the stick on my Switch felt a little too clunky to navigate this wheel precisely, but it didn't take too much away from the game. Hidden throughout the world, you will meet a mysterious figure named Mask who teaches you a new dance at every interaction. While not necessary for the story, it was nice to have a distraction and hunt him down during each arc. Once learnt, you can whip out these dances whenever you want. From an endless pirouette to caramel dancing, they can only enhance whatever scene they are used in. I really appreciated this feature when the story got particularly bleak, because it's hard not to feel better when you're dancing, especially when it's a jaunty jig. Wandersong promises a lot in its music-focused premise, and does not disappoint. The OST weighs in at 160 songs spread over 3 albums.
Whoa.
Yeah, all of which was composed by one guy, A Shell in the Pit. Every song from the epic to the melancholy to the joyful are united by their gentle flowing sound and fit perfectly into the storybook world. Being able to sing along with the music really brought it to life, even if my timing was always a bit off. Sound effects were created by M. Havelstat, in close coordination with the soundtrack. Sometimes it's hard to notice the noises of the world, but not because they aren't worth noticing. They blend so well with the music that they can feel like another instrument in themselves. Wandersong is a game where you aren't the hero, but that's okay. It's an incredibly unique experience, and one that sticks with you after you finish playing. The world is beautiful and uplifting, crafted by people who really cared about what they were making. It's the perfect game if you're looking for something a bit more casual, or if you're looking for a pick-me-up. If any of this review sounds intriguing to you, then I promise Wandersong won't let you down.
Well, that's an amazing review, and I'm sold. So, what? This sounds amazing.
It is a really good game.
Wandersong. Just typing into Google.
It's on pretty much every console.
10 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah, it deserves it. It deserves
Unreal.
10.1 out of 10.
Okay. Sense a little bias over
I was
here.
going to say 11. That seemed extreme, so I'm being reasonable.
What? Extreme? No. So, came out back in 2018. Wow.
It was a Kickstarter game.
Well, that's maybe some of the reason why it's so good. I usually find Kickstarter games to be... Because they're obviously funded by the public.
Yeah.
Mostly funded by the public, I assume. People... it's in demand, and it's a game that's obviously an experience. So it's heavily driven by music. 160 songs.
Yeah.
Damn.
They are all bops.
They're all bops.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, people. Get the original soundtrack from Wandersong. So, when did you first get introduced to it?
I didn't find it during the Kickstarter phase, but I found a trailer somewhere on YouTube. I was just browsing game trailers just before it came out, so I managed to play pretty early, I think November of 2018.
Okay. I can see, I'm watching like a little video here of just some gameplay. It's really quite colourful, like...
It is.
And it's sort of paper?
Yeah, I don't...
Is it like a
not a
paper
common
art?
style in games, but it does look like a storybook.
It does, and it's got that... Like the trees that I'm looking at here, it's obviously autumn, and the trees are like this yellow paper scrunched up sort of stuff, like folded over. And then the green, like the browny grass is all sort of like folded up. Like it's all paper. I don't know what's the... You know when you do...
Collage?
Yeah, paper collage. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever... Oh, no, I have played a game like that. I think A Fold Apart is also similar in that style.
Oh, yeah.
Not exactly the same, but similar in sort of like that texture. That paper is sort of text. That's really cool. Well, there you go. Wandersong. I'm obviously going to be looking closer at that. You did say that it's a little bleak, so obviously there's
I mean, it's
some emotional moments.
It's overall a very optimistic game, and really I felt very good after finishing it. But there are a few moments where things get really tough for our hero. Well, our not hero, the bard.
Okay. Oh, Paul just messaged in going, "Hey Evie, I've got a Steam key if you want to play it. I got a spare one."
Thank you, Paul.
I'll take you up on that offer. Send it through to me private DM. Thank you, Paul. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. Well, I guess I'll be playing that on the weekend.
I think the biggest takeaway is if you're listening to this, you should play Wandersong. You will enjoy it.
Play it.
It's so good.
All right. It's so good. I take your word for it. Well, I mean, overall, how are you feeling with tonight?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've shared my secrets, but not all of them. So when I come back next time, I'll have more to share.
Yeah. I mean, over the course of this time, you've relaxed. How are you feeling about being in the studio now and talking as opposed to the beginning of the show?
A lot better.
You look more relaxed. You're like moving your body around a bit more. It's not as intimidating.
No.
Because you can't see the people listening.
The microphone is now my friend.
Yes.
We've bonded.
Yes. This is what I want to hear. I knew you'd do well. I picked wisely. I think we are going to wrap up the show now. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, Maylee. Like, I'm very, very happy that you're part of the team. I'm looking forward to D&D, and I'm looking forward to talking more games with you. I'm going to play Wandersong. I'm going to do all the fun stuff.
I am looking forward to your Dragonborn shapeshifter character.
Yeah, whatever.
And your 11 out of 10 review for Wandersong.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. All right. On that note, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Have a good night, everyone, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify or follow us on social media at ZedEDGamesAU. See you next time.